Hello, good morning and welcome to New Frost Morphs. Jared is back in the facility. Welcome back, Jared. And today is pairing day. You'll see there's lots of yellow tags everywhere. I've just explained to Jared that lots of our males over the weekend have shed out, and also a couple of females have shed out as well, which is, again, all perfect sheds. They've all digested their food, so today is the day that we're going to pair. We've got 7 pairs, but before we do the pairing, just to say a big thank you to all our new subscribers that have jumped on the channel and the ones that continue to support us. We appreciate it. And we also like to thank everyone for the comments that we've had on the 2 discussion points. We've discussed temperatures, handling, we've discussed so much, Jared, while you've been away. It'd be interesting to get your thoughts on it, but what are your thoughts on handling, Jared, and temperatures in your palms and that kind of thing? Have you got any thoughts on that?
I think it depends really what country you live in, how warm your hands are.
Yeah.
Like, for me personally, my hands are about 29-30 degrees, so I don't see an issue with it. But I guess if you're in a hotter country and you run hotter, then yeah, maybe you can be damaging your snakes by holding them if your hands are too hot, maybe by wearing gloves to do it.
Joe Tully has come into the discussion and he's put some really interesting information on. I think he doesn't seem to feel there's a problem with handling snakes, particularly in the UK.
Yeah.
And he's given us some other interesting things to think about in terms of the way in which animals think and work, and he really appreciates the discussion because I think it needs to be discussed, and there's lots of different views on it, and I think it's a really healthy discussion. Now, what's your thoughts on enrichment, Chad? Because when you had your first snakes, you spent a lot of time with Jaffa and Rango, and one of the things you've mentioned to me on many occasions as we've grown our collection is that you can't give them as much time as you want to.
Yeah, it's just not doable.
And I think this is the dilemma we have. When we progress from keeper to breeder, we don't have as much time to give the natural love and attention we used to give our animals. And I think there's one of the downsides of getting your collection too big. And I think it's a question of getting a balance, I think, where you kind of have a collection size that allows you to give the love that you want to give to those animals. And, you know, it's an interesting one, isn't it, Jared, to know?
I think it's different for every snake, to be honest. I think the thing is, we all think that we know what our snakes want, but nobody 100% knows what their snake wants.
Yeah.
If the snake can talk to you, yeah, maybe, but... and if that's happening, you need to go see a therapist. Yeah, I think we can do our best guess. We can say this is what we think the snake wants.
Yeah.
But we'll never fully know.
Yeah.
Exactly what they want.
Now, I resisted the temptation to separate the Purple Passion family. I haven't taken them to the light box either. I kept them and showed our viewers in the box, and it's interesting because they're in a really calm state right now, and they haven't learned to feed yet. So they haven't been offered food yet. The moment we put a rat in here, I think that the whole demeanour of those hatchlings are going to change, aren't they, Jared? They're going to, when they're hungry,
in a week or two, yeah, when they want to eat.
We've seen it on virtually every clutch where they've been. The clown clutch was very docile. I mean, my grandchildren were handling them, and when they went a week or two later, once they got on food, they were a different animal. They switched on to predator instincts, and this idea of loving and petting them, the docile side, just is pushed to one side for a second. They're interested in focused feeding. So I think what we've got switching patterns between how they think, and it's very interesting that when they're first born they are in a very docile state in our case, and we'll show you how docile these animals are, because we're going to sex and we're going to do a nice group picture in the light box, and you'll notice that we've gently been increasing the light this morning so that when they go into the light box it won't be a shock for them. We'll put them on the table here, get them accustomed to the studio lights, and then we'll take them into the light box, Jared. And what I want to do is do a nice group family picture, if you set that up for us, Jared, and then we'll bring them out and we'll sex them individually, and then we'll put them in their individual rubs, and we'll probably do that. I think we'll do that first, and then we'll do the pairings, and then I'm going to give a little shout out to Gomez Pythons, who's a breeder, family breeding business in New York, and I've learned a lot from his channel, and I want to thank him for all his contribution, because I'm learning about keeping rats, I'm learning about I think he's got some really interesting projects going on, and I think he keeps blood pythons as well as ball pythons, Jared, and he's been keeping them for 20 years. So although he's launched his channel in the last year or two, got 2,000 subscribers, I do think that he's a very experienced breeder, and he's a pillar of the guys in New York particularly. I think he's helping a lot of people on a local level to get into the hobby and to really do well. So we appreciate your love and support, and we're going to give you some love and support back. So let's start with our little baby hatchlings, Jared. Let's get those out, and we'll bring them to the table first, and let's see how they're doing. There we go, Jared. What do you think of those beauties?
Yeah, they are lovely. It goes to show that you don't need the craziest genes in the world to make beautiful snakes.
Yeah. So this is Mojave and Phantom. And the daddy, Jared, was Titus, who's a Mojave Ultramel. And the mummy was Jade, who's a big Phantom girl. And she's still slowly recovering. She hasn't taken a meal yet, which we're really concerned about, aren't we, Jared?
Yeah.
So we're going to have to just gently bring her on. But we had the same problem with Jupiter. So having had a female that hasn't gone straight back onto food stressed us out initially, but now we see that Jupiter's back up to size. We think that we can do the same with Jade. So some girls will go back to food quicker than others, and we're learning on this journey. So don't be freaked out if your female doesn't go back on food straight away. It is sometimes part of the natural process. What they've been through is quite horrendous, really. And it takes them a while to rebuild and to get their confidence levels and get all their appetite going again to kickstart that. But it will come, and we just got to be patient and present small prey items to them. So Jared, it's over to you. Do you want to take out, well, let's set them up as a family and then we'll look at them individually. So we've got 8 hatchlings here. I can hold that while you do that, Joe. And we've got 3 purple passions. How many Mojaves do you think we've got, Joe?
Well, right, there's 3 in there.
Don't bite me. Yeah. So this is how Jared sets up the photography.
And then this one I believe is a Phantom.
So just the one Phantom. Over to you, Jared.
There they all are. So we only got one normal out of the clutch, but that is 100% hair Ultramel. And then I think we have a mixture of Mojaves, and I think that one back there is a Phantom. I might be wrong, but it looks a little bit different than the other ones. And then these are our 3 purple passions. They're absolutely beautiful.
Crazy head stamps, aren't they lovely? And as they grow, Jared, you'll see more of the body patterns showing. And they are from the blue eye. They are blue eyes, aren't they? Because they're from the Bell complex. So even though they're not completely white snakes, they are part of the Bell complex. I think that's a beautiful, beautiful. That's it. Get a shot. That's it. Really close-up shot like that, Jared. Probably be my thumbnail. And that's lovely. And Jared can put a picture on Instagram as well. Do you want to take a picture on your camera for Instagram as well?
Sure.
And I'll just take that.
Little box of noodles in there.
Yeah. So that's really cool. So very nice, Jared. Very nice. Right. So now it's a question of sexing them and then working out what's available and working what we're going to hold back. So let's start with the first one, Jared.
I'll bring them out here.
Are you going to bring them out first?
Easier.
Yeah, okay. And also, can we just weigh one of them to see what size they are on? I'd like to weigh one. I'm guessing that they're 75 grams, is what I'm guessing.
Yeah, they look 60 to 75 as
yeah,
well, I guess.
They are a good size, aren't they? So I'll just set them up. And then you can put one of those in there if you like, and we'll just weigh one of them, because they're all pretty much similar sizes. So we don't want to...
56.
Okay, maybe weigh one of the purple passions. They're not as big as I expected.
54.
54, 55, so... Okay.
55.
55.
Yeah,
so a big
55,
clutch.
60.
When you've got 8 eggs, Jared, and you've got 55 gram animals, that's probably quite typical, isn't it?
Yeah.
So let's move across now to the sexing and then setting up of the boxes. So Jared's going to show us how to sex these. And I've been experimenting with Jared. I still haven't learned how to completely sex a snake by popping, and it's good for me to learn from Jared, and I'll keep practicing and get it. It's not easy.
Start off with the normal looking one.
Yeah.
So there's the normal. Get a good look at him or her. What do you reckon it's going to be?
Let me come around the other side because I think I'll switch because the lighting is better from this side for camera work.
What I'll do to start off with is anything that's a male, I'll put a little black tag on their thing and then I'll do their full tag.
Yeah.
So we spin this little one around.
I think it's quite nice doing the photography on the silver table as well.
Yeah.
I quite like that.
Okay, so here we sex. I've shown how to do it before in other videos, but finger behind the cloaca, thumb on the cloaca, pull back, roll forward. I'm not seeing any hemipenes, so that to me looks like a female. Again, we always sex them again before we put them on morph market when they're a bit bigger, because when they're this small, it's quite hard to really know exactly what they are.
Yeah.
But I think that's a female.
We'll show that as a female for now, but we will double check. I'll keep an eye on the noodles because they may try and escape while we're doing this. And it's lovely because the ambient temperature is quite high. These hatchlings are going to be fine out here. They're not freaking out. They're not panting. They don't look stressed out to me.
Next one.
It's interesting. As you're picking them up, Jared, you're not being hit. You know, I've seen so many people pick up their animals and they get, strikes and they get tagged, but we don't often have that, do we?
No. So I think that looks like a Mojave to me. Would you agree?
Yes, I'd say Mojave.
It's got the nice orange yellows up here and the floating alien heads.
It's an absolutely gorgeous snake, Jared.
I
do love them. The Mojave and Ultramale is a lovely combination. We've got a couple of male and female visual versions of those Ultramale, and it is absolutely incredible.
I think there might be another female there.
Oh, we're getting lucky on the odds, Jared. So 2 girls at the moment.
Well, I'll sex them again later.
While you do that, I'll just show Nova, which is what we're going to be shooting for with some of these Mojave Het Ultramale girls, and you can see what they look like as well. We'll move straight on to the next one then, okay. Beautiful, Jared, beautiful. So vibrant colours. The colours are so vibrant, Jared, aren't they?
Yeah, there goes the floating alien heads.
Yeah.
So I think that's another Mojave.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if we can sex this one. I don't know, I've always struggled with the really baby brand new ones to sex them right.
Yeah.
So when they get to about 100 grams I can sex them properly and find out which is better. This one's all over the place right now. Calm down. Flight mode. We'll pop this one back in here for now and we'll get a different one out.
You'll probably get everything else charged up though. Is that that one there? What do you think that is, Jared?
See, I'm wondering if they're all Mojaves. It looks a little bit different, but
could be a Mojave.
It's hard to tell. It's hard to tell.
Yeah.
Right, are you gonna let me have a look? This one might bite me.
No, you can see here their defensive mechanisms are kicking in.
I just find it so fiddly when they're so little to sex them right.
I think what we'll do, Jared, is
we'll wait until they're a bit bigger.
Excuse me. Let's sex them as they get a bit bigger because I think it is easier. You can show us a close-up of one of the purple passions if you like.
Yeah.
And you see how beautiful they are. Aren't they just absolutely gorgeous, Jared? Beautiful, beautiful animal.
There you go.
Oh, lovely, Jared, lovely. Beautiful.
They're lovely.
Yeah.
So, my personal preference is sex them after I've had a few meals in them.
Yeah.
So I'll separate them all into their own tubs.
Let's do that, Jared. And then we can move on to the pairings.
Yep.
That's lovely. Right, Jared set up the boxes. I put some fresh water in there. With the temperature gun, we should check temps to make sure, before we put them in, make sure the temps are all good. So, I think it's, where's the temperature gun? I think it's up here, Jared. If you take the camera, I'll go and get the temperature gun. There you go. I'm just going to get a drink while you do that, Jared. I think it's the next one down, Jared. The two below, we'll use it. The next two below.
That one's 88. $90.89. So I'll put one in here. The temperatures are pretty constant in the baby rack, so keep getting to the wrong one. This one,
Okay.
89, 88.
Yeah. So we're giving them a hide, and we're giving them a hide for a reason, Jared. It's because they've come out of an egg.
Ooh,
oh,
that one got me. There you go.
There we go.
A little bit of blood.
They've gone from docile to defensive now. Very quickly, Jared.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's because of the sudden movement, and that was probably the one that we tried to sex. So you can see how quickly they go from docile to defensive.
Wasn't a fan of that one, was it?
No, I think that was the one that was hissing at you as well. And I think there can be a chain reaction once one starts to kick off with their instincts. They will start kicking off. But in some ways, I'm quite pleased that they are showing these instincts, because when it comes to the time when they will strike feed, they already know instinctively what to do. No one showed them, it's built in. That's good.
Then we'll put the purple passions down here.
Yeah.
And even though there's quite a little bit of blood there, it's not a bad bite. It's just, I think,
Pinprick, yeah.
I think they I don't know if this is 100% right or not, but I think they have like a thinning agent that when they bite you, it thins the blood a little bit. I might be completely wrong on that, but I always find if I get bitten, it bleeds more than if I just do a regular little cut.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not too proud to admit that. And then this one in here.
Well done, Jared.
And they'll figure out their own way.
Yeah.
And then we'll label them all up later and get them all
So
ready.
all later in there, and we'll get them labelled. We'll put them onto our reptile scan, and then I think the next thing, Jared, is we're going to start pairing, aren't we?
Mm-hmm.
So let's have a look and see what we're going to do first. Now, I promised yesterday that we were going to try an experiment. We're going to put, we've got one male shed in here, which is Wizzy. Now, Wizzy has given us a perfect shed, as you can see. And what I was going to do was I was going to put that shed into,
Calypso.
was it Calypso?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll put it into Calypso. Now, we're not going to put Wizzy into Calypso, we were going to put Bowser. So Bowser is over here. And let's see how they go. And here's Bowser. He's looking good. So let's just gently lift him. And we'll just put him into the girl here. There you go. And then we'll let them have a date in peace. But we're going to see whether we've yet to have a lock from Bowser, haven't we, Joe? So
Yeah.
we'll see whether or not Bowser is able to lock with. The idea here is, even though there's going to be lots of rhythm in the room and there will be hormones and pheromones kicking around, we're putting another male shed in there to see whether the hormones of the male shed, Wizzy, stimulates Bowser to realise I better get in because another male's about. Be interesting to see if we get our first lock off that, Jared. I'm
Yeah.
going to be very pleased. But we'll see. Now we put Wizzy into his. Now where's Wizzy going today?
He's going to Phoebe, who's a Het Russo Fire, 50% Het Pied, so we're trying to prove her out.
And what are we trying to produce there?
We want to get some yellow belly Het Russo Fires
Yeah.
that are pied.
Now I'm glad I've done that because I just found he's just recently pooed into his hide. I didn't see that when I was cleaning today. So that's another thing, is to check your hides. So we'll put those two together. And with the first pairing, what are we shooting for in the first pairing, Jared?
First pairing, we're going for pieds that are double Het Clown Lavender.
Yeah. Okay, what's the next one that we're going
Skip.
for? Skip. And what we're going to do with Skip?
He's going into Mango, which is a pastel lesser clown.
Yeah.
Hoping to get some super pastel gravel lesser clowns
Okay.
from this lot.
Right. Probably want to get rid of her
And hide.
hide. There you go, buddy.
He's great, he locks to everything, so
Yeah.
you'll probably have a video of a lock of this soon.
Hopefully. Okay, Jay, we're doing really well. And the next one is Thor. Now these are all the boys that shed out. So I knew we were going to have the rhythm in the room set up, because before you set up the rhythm in the room, you want to make sure your animals are looking good. So let's just take him out. I can slip him in.
There we go, buddy.
So we've got 4 in there.
And he's going to Lala, who is a pastel,
She's
a super pastel het pied.
So we're trying to get pastel
Pies that are het for VPI Exantic.
100% VPI Exantic, which would be great. And then we've got Hercules, which is our beautiful boy, clown. Where's he gone?
Pastel Enchi Leopard Lesser Clown.
There he is. And where's he going, Joe?
He's going with Isa, who's our Desert Ghost.
He's going with Isa.
Enchi Desert Ghost.
Right, here we go. Good luck, guys. Good luck. It's a lovely project.
You can see we're producing a lot of double heads.
Isa has shed out. Look how beautiful she is as a Desert Ghost, Jared.
Yeah, she's pretty. We want to get some Desert Ghost clowns because they look wicked.
As these, you can show that picture of that, Jared.
Shout out to them.
As the Desert Ghost, Jared, sheds out, every time they shed, they get brighter and brighter. Just have a little look at her. Can you see how grey and how beautiful she's going? And Rambo's doing the same, her husband or her future husband, because if we want to produce visual super Enchi Desert Ghosts, what have you got there, Jared? What's
so that's the Desert Ghost clown, and Porter's Pythons produced that one. And I had to screenshot it because it looks so good, and that's what we're trying to hit.
Yeah. So this is going to be a building block because that will produce double hets, and then out
the chance of us getting an Enchi is pretty high as well because they both have Enchi in them.
Yeah, and we can end up with super Enchis double hets, which would be fantastic. Right, and then was there one other we were going to do, Jared? I can't remember. There was one more, or we've done them all. So we've got Skip,
let's have a look.
Thor. We've done
Mowgli and Panda. We need to do
Mowgli. Now Mowgli is 100% het for clown. He's a leopard pastel,
and he's 50% het pied.
and he's 50% het pied. So the idea here is to prove out the pied, is it, Jared?
Yeah. Well, no, it won't be.
Or we produce
going to a bamboo.
Oh, we're putting the clown in the bamboo. That's
Yeah.
what we're doing because we love bamboo clowns.
And the leopard as well.
Yeah.
He's got a bit of his
Has he got some chip on him?
chipping on him.
Yeah, let's get that back in. Right, Mowgli, we're going to put you into the bamboo girl. I think that would be a beautiful combination. So there you go, buddy. He wants to play with me rather than play with her at the moment, but we'll just see. It's interesting behaviour. Alright, let's leave them in peace. So that concludes the 7 pairs, Jared. We'll see how we get on tomorrow and the next day.
Oh, Yahoo as well.
Have we got one more to do?
Yeah, Yahoo to Xena.
Okay, I'm glad Jared's on it. So this is our albino 100% het clown boy. There he is.
Yeah, he's going in over here.
And he's going to Xena. Now Xena is our 100% clown.
Our visual clown that's het for albino.
Yes.
So we're just going for albino clowns here.
Yeah, let's see whether these two learn to make love. There you go, Yazoo. Good luck, both of you and Xena.
So that's all of them now.
That concludes. Right, just to finish up on the video, Jared, we'll just do a shout out for Gomez Pythons. So let's have a look and see what we've got. Remind me to do a little bit of cleaning what I found.
Yep.
So always check your hides in case they poo inside. So he's got 2,000 subscribers, Jared. Let me just see if that comes up. Hopefully it will. I might have to. There we go. So here's Gomez Pythons. Over 2,000 subscribers. Let's have a look about his channel. See, I always like to go about. So joined in October 2019. So he's doing really well. And let's have a look at some of his videos. Rodent breeding, freedom breeding racks. So he's very good at teaching us how to, those people that want to learn how to raise their own rodents, he's gone for really high-end freedom breeder racks, and he shows you how good they are.
They're pretty, aren't they?
Yeah.
Like killer clown.
Yeah, he's got, I think, 6 snakes on his morph market in the US. He's based in New York, and he's specialising in the candy gene. He loves the candy clowns, candy pieds, and he's shooting for candy genes. You can see he's selling some candies that are 100% het for, I think, pied or clown.
Clown, yeah.
Is it clown?
If that's the same clutch, that would be clown, yeah.
Yeah. And he's building up a lovely community. He's got a great videos. He does at least one a week, as you can see, and what I like about him, he builds his own stuff, and he started off with his rat shack outside. He's got all this stuff going on, but what I like is he's upgrading as he goes, and he's building good relationships, and I think he's just a really future breeder to keep an eye on. And I do like his logo because it's green and black. Yeah. So let's just have a little look at the style of his videos. I'll just give you a little glimpse of what he does after we get through these adverts.
Being apart hasn't been easy. My big sister and I are really close.
Here we go.
Alright guys, so we're out here in the rat shed. It's been a while since I made a video out here. Last time we made a video out here, we showed you all the new freedom breeder racks that we got. So since we've got these racks, I've been getting quite a few questions about, you guys want to know how I breed my rodents now since we've changed over to these racks. So I'm probably going to end up doing quite a bit of talking in this video, so if you're not interested in just watching me talk, then sorry, this is not the video for you, but I think you're going to get some good information about how we're doing this maternity or heirloom style breeding. It's really the same, mostly the same information that the guys over at Freedom Breeder on their YouTube channel, when Jesse had his dad, the original producer of these racks, Lindy, talk about how he breeds his rodents. So pretty much I follow the same script with my own little tips involved. So,
well, there we go. So just a little mini introduction. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Please feel free to like, comment and subscribe. Thank you very much. We shall hopefully see you tomorrow. Thanks for your time. Bye bye for now.